A woman can be beautiful to what extent? As the wallflower of the earth. She has a beautiful face and a devilish body. Just a little open dress. The man who sees her flesh will die of cardiac arrest. Vivian is a gorgeous call girl. Her amorous and melancholy temperament is so captivating. Unknowingly, she attracts men's attention. One day an honest-looking customer came into the store. He walked right up to Vivian. The request that he made surprised her. The man's name was Chauvet. He was a small-time employee in an ordinary company, but he had recently won a jackpot with millions of dollars. He didn't come here for a moment of pleasure. Instead, he wanted to ask Vivian to stay in his house with a high price. Such a strange request. It was the first time in Vivian's career that she had encountered such a strange request. But for the sake of the $100,000 monthly salary, she still agreed to the other party's request. But before she left, she said that she would have to pay a deposit first. Chauvet agreed without even thinking about it. That night Vivian packed her bags and stayed at Chauvet's house. I don't know if Chauvet was too excited. She had a heart attack and collapsed on the floor. Fortunately, Vivian called a doctor to treat her in time. It turned out that Chauvet had a very serious heart condition. He really should not let himself get too excited. But after many years of being single, he had met a beautiful woman like Vivian, and he was about to live under the same roof with the goddess of his heart. How could he restrain his emotions? After the doctor left, Chauvet and Vivian forgot all about his advice. They spent a sweet and lingering night together. In the morning, Chauvet woke up from his sleep and was almost late for work. He insists on working despite the fact that he has won the jackpot. Vivian played the role of a wife with all due diligence. After sending Chauvet out of the house, she was a little disappointed. But Chauvet had a heart attack just after leaving the house. The doctor was furious when he came to the house again. He and Chauvet had been good friends for many years. He knew that his friend's health was not suitable for a woman like Vivian, but Chauvet seemed to be completely absorbed. He didn't take his words to heart. The doctor had to turn to Vivian. He said that Chauvet's health was too bad. He wanted her to make a choice to leave as soon as possible. After hearing these words, Vivian burst into tears. She ran to Chauvet, who had just walked out the door. She asked him not to kick her out. Chauvet didn't want her to leave, so the two of them spent more time together. Until that night, the doctor received a phone call from Chauvet. It was Vivian who had fallen ill. When the doctor rushed to the scene to treat the other side, but overheard Vivian's beautiful copper body with her clothes off, died of a heart attack on the spot. The doctor's death made Chauvet very sad, but Vivian's gentle company let him gradually out of this shadow. Gradually, Chauvet became more and more cheerful and enthusiastic. This change was also caught by his colleagues. Chauvet's home to meet this amazing woman. But when Chauvet called the house, there was no answer. When he returned home, there was no one there. It turns out that Vivian didn't find her time with Chauvet exciting enough, so she went back to the old store. She even made out with another customer in front of Chauvet. Disheartened, Chauvet accepted the pimp's reassignment. He was ready to leave with a random woman. Just then Vivian became jealous. She comes after Chauvet and confesses her feelings. Vivian stays at Chauvet's house again that night, but soon afterwards her husband came to her door. He asked Chauvet to give him all his winnings in exchange for Vivian. To Vivian's surprise, Chauvet, who had always considered herself a goddess, refused. Vivian also had a big fight with him and moved out. When Vivian came back a few days later to calm down, she saw Chauvet with her female neighbor. This time Chauvet also confessed his secret to Vivian. In fact, he did not win the lottery at all. The reason why he said so was to have a reason to approach him. In the end, Vivian forgave Chauvet for his deception. In the evening, all of Chauvet's curious colleagues came to the party. But Vivian, who is stretching her body on the dance floor, starts making out with other men again in front of Chauvet. How much longer can her love for Chauvet last? This is the end of the film How Much I Love You. More interesting to the audience than the tangled plot. There is nothing more interesting to the viewers than the tangled plot, but Vivian's beautiful body and charming temperament. She portrays a woman who has been pursuing desire all her life to the fullest. Even after many years, it is still unforgettable. Well, this is the beauty movie of this issue. The next show is also exciting. Guys, remember to pay attention to